Every story has its rhythm. Every rhythm has a heart. Steve Stories.
Episode 1. License to Tease. Scene. The night we forgot the mission. A flashback. Part dream, part confession. A private villa on the outskirts of Monaco. Midnight. The Mediterranean wind hums through the open windows like a forgotten cello. Beyond them, a still pool reflecting the moon like a second liquid sky. The scene begins underwater. We see ripples of light, bubbles rising like escaping secrets. Two blurred figures moving together. Music fades in. Slow strings and a deep, heartbeat tempo. The sound is muffled, distant, the soundtrack of an inevitable disaster.
They say spies don't swim. They dive in, take what they need, and surface clean. A transaction, never a baptism. But that night, he stayed under. He chose the drowning.
I've spent half my life pretending control was a virtue. That if I kept my pulse steady, I could outthink anything. Bullets, lies, even desire, that most volatile of chemicals. Then she walked in. A current I didn't know existed. And I forgot the mission before she even opened her mouth.
S.J.D surfacing, laughing softly as water runs down his face like a temporary erasure. Vera leans on the edge of the pool, watching him like she's studying the precise moment a storm breaks. His movements are primal, effortless, honest.
She moved like fresh water, clear enough to see through, deep enough to drown in. A beautiful flaw in the logic of my life.
You don't seem like a man who forgets to breathe.
Maybe I finally found something worth drowning in. Or perhaps something that remembers the truth.
A moment of charged silence. The air thick, electric. He swims closer, a predator losing interest in the hunt. She meets him halfway. Their hands touch beneath the surface, the ripples reflecting light over their faces like liquid fire. A clock is counting down, visible only to them.
It wasn't hunger. Hunger ends. This was something slower, more dangerous, like rain deciding whether to fall. Every touch had a taste of a question neither of us wanted to answer. Who are you without the mission?
They move together, weightless, suspended. Her hair fans out in the water like ink. His hand traces her back. Her breath shivers against his skin. The camera never leaves their faces. Emotion over motion.
You know this can't last. The coordinates always shift.
Good. I only want things that end beautifully. And quickly.
They kiss. The world goes quiet. The music receding to a single deep synth pulse. A droplet falls from her ornate silver earring, hitting the pool surface with a single echo. The camera follows it. Ripples spread outward, merging until everything becomes one seamless, fractured reflection.
We talked about nothing that mattered and everything that did. I told her the truth once. A single bullet of honesty, just to see if it would survive the night. It didn't. Truth never survives the morning.
If this is a lie, S.J.D, I don't want the truth to interrupt it. The illusion is perfect.
It's not a lie. It's an exception. An exception is a weakness waiting to be leveraged.
Let's be weak then.
Cut to them emerging from the pool, wet and tangled, leaving a trail of shimmering water toward the villa. The wind seems to hold its breath. Soft focus on their hands, then their faces, flushed.
I remember her breath on my neck, the salt of the Mediterranean and the sugar of her skin. The way the air changed when she laughed, like the calm between two storms that know they'll meet again. People think passion burns, but it doesn't. It freezes you. It cools you down, leaves you still, silent. A perfect target.
Still water lies. Inside the bedroom, early hours of the morning, low light. S.J.D slowly opens his eyes, the absolute stillness in his movements betraying his profession. He is instantly alert. He rises quietly, standing over the bed, his shadow long and angular in the moonlight. He begins to button his shirt, preparing to leave, but his hands hesitate, a physical argument against departure. Vera is fast asleep, deeply resting, her body relaxed, moonlight on her bare skin. She is utterly unguarded, the deadliest thing he has ever seen.
I prepared to leave before dawn. Not because I wanted to, because if I stayed, I knew I'd burn the whole world down to keep her safe. And that's how the doctor wins.
He leans down, the intent to kiss her goodbye clear, but he sees the serenity on her face, the evidence of their shared fire. The impulse to erase the night is replaced by the need to possess it, one last time.
Vera.
He kisses her fully on the lips, a desperate, possessive kiss that takes rather than gives. She stirs slightly, a soft, sleepy moan escaping her, and the instant flame of pure, unthinking desire reignites between them. The motion is frenzied, a final, violent argument against their inevitable separation. The scene dissolves into the aftermath. Vera is utterly spent, sinking back into a profound sleep. S.J.D sits on the edge of the bed, finally finishing buttoning his shirt, the linen feeling alien and cold against his skin, watching her.
She looked unguarded, and that's what scared me. Because spies survive by never seeing innocence again. She showed me the beautiful flaw in the design.
He finally closes the door, a slow, deliberate sound that is a promise of pain.
When I closed the door, I told myself she'd forget me. But water remembers everything. And I am not clean. You were supposed to be a mission, Vera. Not a memory I can't scrub.
Cut to morning. The bedroom is empty of S.J.D. Sunlight streams in. Vera wakes slowly. She sits up, rubbing her temples. Her movements slow, heavy with exhaustion. She reaches for him, finds only cool sheets. She stands but is dangerously unsteady on her feet, swaying violently as she grabs a silk robe. She needs to lean against the wall for a moment, pressing her forehead to the cool plaster to steady herself. The physical toll of the night's passion evident.
He did know how to drain the tank. He took everything he needed to build his alibi.
She manages to walk out to the balcony overlooking the pool.
When he left, the water stilled. But even still, water remembers the storm, and every ripple carries his name, like a code.
The pool is unnaturally calm, reflecting the sterile morning light. A glass of untouched champagne sits on a nearby table, glinting. Vera sits at the edge alone, tracing slow, methodical circles in the water. A whisper of his laughter lingers like heat over cool air.
Goodbye, chaos. Until the next storm.
She dives beneath the surface. No casual entry, but a powerful, practiced stroke. The spy resurfacing, ready for war. S.J.D, agent of chaos and charm.
They say the world runs on secrets. I prefer to think it runs on curiosity and bad decisions. My name is S.J.D. At least that's what they call me in the reports. Some say I'm a spy. Others say I'm an artist with a passport problem. The truth? I'm just a man who learned that every mission begins with a woman and ends with one too. I've danced through danger in Havana, traded glances in Berlin, and kissed my way out of an ambush in Marrakesh. They send me where chaos whispers, and somehow I always bring a little charm with me. But here's the thing about charm. It's a weapon, and I'm still learning who's really pulling the trigger.
Agent of chaos and charm, where danger flirts back.
The Grand Riviera Gallery, Monaco. Chandeliers hang like inverted icicles of frozen money. Soft, intricate jazz hums from a live trio. Camera glides through mirrors and diamonds, tracking S.J.D in his immaculate tuxedo.
The thing about danger, it rarely wears black anymore. It adapts. Tonight, she's in Vera Red, a calculated detonation in silk, bidding on a painting that doesn't exist. A fatal flaw, really. And I'm here to make sure no one finds out that I'm the reason the art is a phantom.
Camera glides through the high-end crowd. S.J.D, charm as armor, approaches the bar while scoping the room. He casually lifts a savory canapé from a passing waiter's tray. S.J.D flips the silver toothpick from the canapé, using it to disable a subtle ceiling camera, a textbook move. He then goes to consume the canapé, but instantly realizes the pastry itself was an edible tracking device. He swallows the entire canapé whole in one agonizing gulp, maintaining his posture while a wince of genuine pain crosses his face. S.J.D arrives at the bar, adjusting his cufflink. The micro-scanner flickers red, indicating the tracking device is now actively transmitting from his stomach. Something to start the evening, monsieur?
Something that forgets its own name halfway through. Surprise me.
The bartender mixes a clear liquid. As S.J.D glances at the glass, he notices the ice cubes pulsing with a faint, chilling glow. Phosphorus tracers. S.J.D doesn't flinch. He reaches into the glass with his bare hand, swiftly scoops out the glowing ice cubes, and drops the now smoking remnants directly into his empty, deep pocket.
The ice was running a bit hot. Try again.
The bartender begins mixing a new drink, bewildered. S.J.D seizes the momentary lull to attempt the actual scan. S.J.D discreetly lifts his left cufflink, the microscanner, toward the main auction stage. The scanner hums, then sticks. It's gummed up by residue from his own cognitive cocktail. The mist, activated by the struggle, subtly expands. Two large, impeccably dressed security guards standing nearby immediately stop their surveillance. The pheromone triggers childhood nostalgia.
Oh mon Dieu, little Fifi, I miss my tiny poodle so much.
S.J.D attempts to stifle a gasp, realizing the side effect is hitting him too. The pheromones are triggering the counteragent's involuntary vocal tick.
Heave-ho, me lads, the waves are up, the treasure's buried deep.
He quickly places a hand over his mouth, momentarily mortified. The entire bar area briefly glances at the impeccably dressed lunatic singing a sea shanty. He quickly converts the failure into performance art. He bows deeply to the bewildered audience, sweeping his arm out dramatically.
As S.J.D straightens his jacket, recovering his swagger, a figure in Vera Red approaches, slow, confident. Her presence creates a sudden, cool silence.
You're late, and you smell faintly of gardenias and the sweat of cheap recklessness.
Gardenias are my calling card. Recklessness is just the aftershave I use before I meet you.
I've seen you before, initials.
I get that a lot, usually from men who think they own the room.
Men who own the room don't stare this long. They calculate.
She reaches out, snatching the half-mixed, untested drink meant for him. She sips it, a potent, chemical blend, and her eyes don't even twitch.
Bold move. What if I had poisoned it?
Then I die knowing you're predictable. And predictability, S.J.D, is the real toxin.
A beat of electric silence. S.J.D subtly snaps his fingers to signal the trio to change temper.
You're not here for the art. You're here for the entropy.
Depends. Does a meticulously crafted lie count as art?
She glances toward the painting, the midnight siren, its brushstrokes shimmering faintly. Too symmetrical for something human.
Depends on who's forging it and what truth they're trying to edit.
And who's watching the edit?
Their eyes lock. A philosophical challenge disguised as a flirt. S.J.D feels a sudden sharp twinge in his pocket from the melting traces. Static crackles.
Target confirmed. Vera Lune, the algorithm. Asset of DeLance Industries. Caution, agent. She breaks people using poetry.
Tell me, Vera, is it true what they say about your employer, Dr. Evander?
Which version of the myth are you currently operating on?
The one where he funds black market AIs using the stolen, digitized emotions of his former lovers.
You say that like it's a critique, S.J.D.
I say that like it's a terrible waste of good data.
You and I, initials, we trade in the same currency. The beautiful lie. Now tell me, initials, what perfect deception are you really here to pull off?
The truth, But I'll settle for the painting and a new pair of trousers.
Then we're enemies tonight, and I always win the opening gambit.
Only if we both survive it, Vera. And if I survive, the universe owes me a sequel.
Her hand brushes his sleeve, sliding the tiny data chip into his cuff. S.J.D. simultaneously snatches the discarded phosphor-traced ice cube remnants from his pocket and flicks them into the adjacent coat pocket of a rival bidder.
Good luck, S.J.D. May your chaos be symmetrical.
I was hoping it wasn't me. Because I think she just downloaded my operating system.
And thus begins the dance, the first movement of the concerto.
She told me to follow her lead. A lovely invitation. Unfortunately, a spy's lead is always towards a cliff. And I never learned to fly.
The heist. The surgical swap. The chandeliers violently flicker off, then on again. In the microsecond of darkness, S.J.D. glides silently across the room, swapping the painting for his copy, the one with the tiny, absurd cartoon mouse playing a saxophone. Setback number 2. The phantom painting. The lights stabilize. The copy S.J.D. left on the easel begins to glow from the center outward. It digitally dissolves, revealing a matrix of code that writhes on the screen underneath. Please tell me that's avant-garde lighting, Vera. Not Evander's signature. Introducing the conductor. A hyper-realistic hologram flares to life. Dr. Evander Sebastian DeLance, refined, holding a glass of wine.
Ah, S.J.D., the man who mistakes entropy for elegance. I conduct chaos. You merely trip to its beat. A predictable rhythm.
Evander raises his glass. The hologram glitches, and the digital painting explodes into a cloud of luminous data butterflies.
You just executed the wrong version of the algorithm, Agent. A stunning failure of timing.
A severe, sudden heat emanates from S.J.D.'s left hand. His cufflink / scanner melts and sears his skin. Always a pleasure, Doctor. Tell your virus it owes me a new watch, and possibly a tetanus shot, and maybe a better color palette.
The palette is exquisite, Agent. Now, let the music begin.
Evander's hologram dissolves with a sharp, dissonant chord. Alarms swell. Chaos has blossomed.
The hall is a strobe light of emergency bulbs. S.J.D. turns to Vera.
You knew the painting was a decoy. You set the trap.
I told you, we were coordinates. My next destination is off the map. I'm retrieving the truth. You're retrieving a lie.
Vera attempts to hit her exit trigger.
Too late for solo acts.
S.J.D. lunges, dragging Vera toward the chandelier. She hits her heel trigger. A muffled, structural crack echoes.
You've detonated the supports. You'll be buried.
S.J.D. pulls Vera onto the swinging chandelier. A cartoon physics moment.
The night in Monaco? That was the truth.
She pushes off of his chest, a smooth, shocking tactical maneuver, falling directly into the plume of dense smoke and fire.
This is survival.
Vera! No! She didn't run from the explosion. She walked into the fire like it knew her name. She bought her freedom
with a betrayal only she could afford. And just like that, the lie became the most honest thing she ever told me. Cut to Vera, emerging from a sub-level access tunnel, wiping soot from her face. Goodbye, Johnny. S.J.D. lands on the banquet table, pursued by elegant assassins armed with laser-guided briefcases. Rule number 2. Never let a perfectly tuned object go unused. The xylophone S.J.D. uses a silver serving fork to play a rapid, complex C minor scale across a row of champagne flutes. The specific vibrato triggers a structural frequency feedback loop. The entire glass roof shatters in slow motion. S.J.D. dives through the raining glass, landing directly into a moored Venetian gondola. He hits a booster button, turning it into a jet-propelled submersible. He speeds away. The gallery's structural damage detonates. The resulting fireball is perfectly shaped, a massive, fiery martini glass. They say art is about perspective. I just learned mine was skewed by a very beautiful set of coordinates. Vera Lune. From where I'm standing, this one's a masterpiece. And she signed it with my heart. S.J.D. tosses his martini glass into the air. It lands perfectly, impossibly upright, in the glow of the distant, fiery martini glass-shaped chaos. Fade to black.
Until next time, keep the rhythm alive.
Evander DeLance watches the footage of Vera walking away.
Play it again, Johnny.
Let's see what chaos composes next.